Hi, it's Fazana again. Welcome to part 3 of Advanced Trigonometry. I hope you've watched my first 2 videos, and if you have, the confidence is rising, yeah? The topic itself, as I mentioned, is easy. All you have to do once you've realized that it's an advanced trigonometry question, which you will because the triangle won't be right angled, and then you decide whether to use the sine or the cosine rule, and then apply the formula. Let's just have a quick recap on the formula again. Okay, so under the cosine rule, if you have to find a side, remember you need a v. Okay, so you need that, and that in order to find that. Yeah, so you need a v. All right. Okay, to find the angle, you need 3 sides, and then you can find whichever angle you want. Okay, so here you need 3 sides. Okay, with the sine rule, whether you're looking for a side or an angle, you need a crisscross. So you can see A over sine A is B over sine B, and you'll get 3 out of the 4. Okay, so you'll have 3 of them, and you won't have 1 of them. All right, and as long as you use this Fazmaths of 3/6 equals 2/4, and always use this in algebra as well, so you can cross multiply. 3 times 4 is 6 times 2. So you want to find the 3, you go 6 times 2 divided by 4. If you want to find the 6, you go 3 times 4 divided by 2. All right? And for the area rule, you need a v again. All right? So it'll be half BC sine A, or half AB sine C, or half AC sine B. So as long as you've got your V. Okay, let's do some questions. ABCD is a quadrilateral, and you get given the side, the lengths of the 4 sides. And ABC is 74 and DAC is 46. Okay, and the first thing they say is find the length of AC. So you draw the line and you keep marking it and say, okay, I'm going to find you. The minute I've drawn this line, I can see my V. So I know I'm going to use the cosine rule. Let's label our triangles. So that's A, that's B, and that's C. Okay, so we're going B squared equals 11 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 11 times 12 times cos 74. Yeah, and once you know your formulas, you can see the numbers just appear on the paper, and you find you're just sort of mechanically doing it, but it's soothing. Yeah, so that will be 13.86. Okay, so you say AC equals 13.86 centimeters. Okay, now we have to find the angle ACD, which is that one there. Okay, so again, just look around. We want to find an angle. We know it's not the... Oh, we could use the cos rule. Well, we can, because we've got the 3 sides, but we can also use the sine rule. So let's go for the sine rule this time. So you've got, if you need to label your triangle, you've got C, A, and D. So we can go that divided by sine that is that divided by sine that. Yeah, so as long as you've got your crisscross. Okay, so angle ACD is what we're trying to find. Okay, so we're going 9 divided by sine C equals 10 divided by sine 46. Okay, and using the Faz format of 3/6 equals 2/4. So we're going to go that times that divided by that. So sine C equals 9 times sine 46. Now it really happens automatically. You do something wrong, it'll just jump out at you. Okay, and then we're going to go sine minus 1 answer. And you get 40.3 degrees. It's a 0. Yeah? Okay, so that's 40.3. Anytime you get an answer, put it on the diagram because chances are you'll need it for the next step. And now we're asked to find the area of the quadrilateral. Yeah? And again, you can see advanced trigonometry, so you need the V's. So can you see you've got your V there and you've got your V there. Well, you've got a V with the 46 as well. Yeah, so you've got a choice of which one you want to use. So you say the area of triangle ABC equals half times 12 times 11 times sine 74 equals, and you can see I haven't gone on my calculator yet. I prefer to actually do the calculation first, and then triangle ADC equals half times 10 times 13.86 times sine 40.3. Okay, and then I go on my calculator. I'm all prepared. I know I'm going to add them up. And here you get 63.44. And here you get 44.87. And when you total them up, you get 108.31. Yeah? And at this stage, I'm just going to say it to 3 significant figures. So the area equals 108.3 centimeter squared. All right, cool. Let's try another question. Okay, the area of this triangle is 18 centimeters squared. Ooh, and we've got algebra coming in here. Okay, work out y. Okay, so this is what we want to work out. And when I'm looking at it, oh my God, I can see my v. Are you jumping up and down? Okay, so you can see once we find the w's, then we're just going to use the cos rule. Yeah, so we're going to use the cos rule. Sorted. Yeah, okay, so let's go put down what we know. We know that the area of the triangle would be half times w times 2w times sine 30. Yeah. If you know your exact values of certain angles, the 30s, the 45s, the 60s, then it really helps, because if this is a non-calculator question, then they're actually testing you to see if you know the exact values. Yeah? So let me just show you how you would do it. If you need to find sine 30, draw an equilateral triangle where each angle, of course, would be 60 degrees. Split it in two and then make the lengths 2 each. And if you see, because it's a perpendicular bisector, that would be 1. Yeah? And then that would be your 30, because that is a right angle triangle. Okay? So you can see sine would be, that is your opposite, and that is your hypotenuse. So it'll be 1 over 2. So sine 30 is actually a half. Yeah? Isn't that fun? And that will be equal to 18. Okay, so let's just look at our numbers. Half of 2 is 1, and then 1 times a half is a half. So we've got half w squared equals 18. We'll multiply both sides by 2 to get rid of the fraction. So we've got w squared equals 36. And then we'll square root both sides. So we'll have w equals 6. Yeah? So you can tell, just put centimeters there. All right, so you can see that's 6 centimeters. And doubling it will give you 12 centimeters. Yeah? So we've got everything in order to use our v. So here we've got y squared equals 6 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 6 times 12 times cos 30. All right? Yeah? Okay. And remember to square root the answer first, and you'll get 7.4 centimeters. All right. That was quite easy, wasn't it? But once you see the W's and the Y's, you panic a little? Not anymore. All right. Let's have a look at another question. Okay. Diagram shows an equilateral triangle. So again, always prepare as you're reading, so you know that's 60. Yeah. And they're all length 6. P is the midpoint of AB, so you know that is 3 centimeters. Q is the midpoint of AC, so you know that's 3 centimeters. And APQ is a sector of a circle, so it's like a fraction of a circle. Yeah? All right. Calculate the area of the shaded region. You get a lot of questions like this, you know, when you've got to take the area of the big thing minus the area of the small thing, and then you'd be left with the area of the shaded bit, yeah, the remainder. Okay, so preparing it, we know we're going to go the area of ABC, yeah, and then we're going to go minus the area of APQ. Yeah, so here we have a triangle, and here we have a sector of a circle. Yeah, okay. So the area of the triangle, all right. If we have to find the area of the triangle, again, jump up and down with me. We've got the V. Okay, so you've got half times 6 times 6 times sine 60. Yeah? Again, don't go on your calculator, because once you go on your calculator, you really do stop thinking. And we're just preparing it all right now. And area APQ, what fraction of the circle is it? So it's 60 divided by 360. And then the area of the circle is pi r squared. So what's the radius of the circle? You can tell that would be like the center, so that would be 3. So you've got 3 squared. Okay? And then you go on your calculator. That would work out to 15.59. That would work out to 4.71. And then when you minus it, you get 10.88 centimeters squared. Okay, can you see the layout? It's so simple. You're keeping it so simple. And I love just, drawing what I'm doing, and prepare it. Don't go on your calculator if you can avoid not to, because you're not calculating with, it's not a calculation within a calculation. and then you find everything just flows again. Yeah? All right. Last question. Okay, this is a very popular question where you have to find the area of the shaded segment. So again, you can see it's a sector, so it's just a fraction of the circle. Yeah? Right, just give it a smiley face. Okay, so you can tell again, what we need to find is the area of the sector, area of sector, and then we're going to minus the area of the triangle, and we'd get left with the area of the segment. Yeah, all right. So what fraction of the circle is it? It's 40 divided by 360 times pi, and the radius, as you say, that's the center, so that'll be times 8 squared. Do not go for your calculator yet. And then when you're finding the area of the triangle, jump up and down with me. We've got the V. So then we've got half times 8 times 8 times sine 40. Pick up your calculator now, because you know all you've got to do is calculate and subtract. Yeah, all right. So for that one, we'd get 22.34. That one would get 20.57. And we're left with the area of the segment of 1.77 centimeters squared. All right, yeah, that's all for now. That was a good set of questions combining the sine and the cosine rules, and I hope you found them useful. If you see them in exams, it's quite clear that non-right-angled triangle properties are all about this, yeah? Keep practicing, and you'll soon be an expert on this. As soon as I find some more interesting questions, I'll upload a part 4 and a 5. Until then, remember, you're in control. Take care. Until next time. Bye.